This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Bad roads spark protest in Toolkit, Clarendon. Commuters were inconvenienced for most of Monday morning in a section of Toolkit in Clarendon after frustrated motorists and residents mounted roadblocks along the main road in the Decoy district to protest the poor road conditions. They are demanding the Decoy to Ebony Park Road be fixed. Residents who have grown frustrated by the situation used debris and their cars to block section of the PJ Patterson Highway and the Decoy district. They complained that the road conditions have been taking a toll on their vehicles.
My apprentice driver, me can't move through like you. We have to go down in a walk. They want to be front end. Want to the drivers. We have 2 schools down there, Art, and we have Ebony Grove, and there's nothing. When we look on the taxi driver, they have to just barely a creep. I don't know they manage with their front end.
The residents say heavy machines used in the construction of the Maypen to Williamsfield leg of the highway is partly to blame for the degradation of the road. The highway has also made it harder for water to run off the road, and this adds to erosion.
I represent for that taxi man. But I want the road to fix. A long time the council say, Ray, more do this and more do that. Pay promises. Front end I look out every minute. Water second on the road all about. We need the road to fix, brother.
Stranded commuters, some of them students, waited for hours on either side of the roadblock. Uphel Purcell, counsel for the Yorktown Division, promised the residents they would get some relief within another day or 2. He said the highway authorities have also given a commitment to assist with the temporary repair work.
We need the road to fix. It has been a long time. It is like this, and it's getting worse and worse. We just need it to fix, and we need to fix right now. We don't need promises, and we don't care which party want to fix it. We want it to fix, and we want it to fix right now.
The police were able to maintain some order, and the protest action remained peaceful. The roadway was eventually cleared late Monday morning, but the residents have threatened to continue their protest until the road is fixed. Backwood residents fearful after 1 killed and 4 injured in gun attack. Residents living in the small farming community of Backwood in Germantown, St. James, say they have become a target for gunmen and are making an appeal for increased police presence in the area following a shooting incident on Sunday afternoon that left 21-year-old Garrett Leslie dead and 4 other men nursing gunshot wounds. Leslie and other community members, including children, were reportedly at a shop when a group of men drove up in a white Toyota Vitz motor car. 3 men were said to have alighted from the vehicle and opened fire, hitting the deceased and 4 others before escaping in the said vehicle. The police were summoned and rushed the victims to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where Leslie was pronounced dead and the others treated and admitted. Leslie's mother, Tamika Atkinson, who could barely contain her emotions, told the reporters that her son was a jovial individual who was very humble and loved to work. "My son never did anything to be killed the way them kill him," she bemoaned. "And since the start of the year, all we have to run and hide from gunman, and a full time it stopped now." The disgruntled residents, many of whom noted that they have spent all their life in the community, said that some of them are now unable to visit their farms as they fear losing their lives. "Most of we as farmers have to hide. The gunman them would have killed we up here. We can't stay out late, we can't go out we farm, and not even we yard we safe inna," one elderly farmer told the news. He told the news that since the start of the year, 2 other members of their community, who are Leslie's closer relatives, have also been shot and killed by the same group of gunmen. "We have it hard in here. Them kill the youth cousin Richard Plummer just up the road on February 8. Then them kill him other family, Radson Foster, on Thompson Street in Montego Bay on September 5th. Then a youth named Adrian Sr. who witnessed them kill Richard. Them kill him on March 16, he recounted. Community members say the men behind the killing hail from a neighboring community known as Sandy Lane or Old Road. They also pointed out that the police have gotten reports from the community about the men. Top-ranking gangster collected millions for Clifton lands. The Spanish town St. Catherine-based criminal organization dubbed the Clansman Gang is believed to have collected millions of dollars from unsuspecting people who paid up to $800,000 each for land adjacent to the approved Clifton settlement in the Greater Bernard Lodge development area in the parish. A news probe has revealed that a top-ranking member of the Clansman Gang was the person who collected cash for the parcels of land sold to people who believed that they were in legitimate business with the Sugar Company of Jamaica, which is the owner of the lands. When the partially done buildings were demolished by the state last Thursday, there were claims that the person who sold the land was an employee of the SCJ who did the transactions on its behalf. But in a release last Sunday, SCJ Holdings Managing Director Joseph Shakir described the claim as nonsense. According to Shakir, the SCJ does not carry out the sale of lands in such a lax manner. Shakir further said that no individual was authorized to collect cash on behalf of SCJ. As the controversy continued over the demolition of the illegal houses, the news was on Monday pointed to an alleged top-ranking member of the Clansman Gang who had reportedly carried out the transactions for the properties with people, desperate homeowners. We heard about it and an investigation was launched, at which point the people were served with notices to cease all construction on the property, said one government source. The notices were served on March 12, and we have pictures of the notices being posted. The people were warned that all permanent structures and other structures remaining on the property after this notice would be demolished, so it is unfair to say the government acted unfair almost 7 months later, argued the government source. Last Wednesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness told the Parliament that the National Security Council, in reviewing the development plan, has observed an insidious and growing threat in the area where alleged gangsters were capturing lands in the area adjoining the Clifton community, creating their own informal subdivision and selling the lands under the false pretext of ownership or building on it themselves. This illegal capturing and building on public or private land will not be tolerated. We will not allow criminal gangs to create communities in the country, added Holness. It has been alleged that heavily armed Klansman gangsters have been walking through the approved settlement, declaring their control of the area. On Monday, a number of government officials refused to go on record to answer questions from the news, as they indicated that Holness would make a statement to Parliament today to outline the sequence of events. The demolition of the houses ordered by Holness created a firestorm last week, with some people attacking the government for its action, while supporters of the Holness administration and others argued that it is time for action against the illegal capturing of land to build squatter settlements. Some Jamaicans also commended the Prime Minister for moving decisively against the criminality. People who had started construction on the land were left in tears as men on tractors worked to demolish the structures last Thursday. The opposition People's National Party has since announced that it will be assisting the residents with legal fees to take action against the government. According to the PNP, the action of the government represents a blatant disregard for the tenets of the United Nations Convention on Human Rights and the supporting international conventions to which Jamaica is a party. 2 shot at a bike show in Westmoreland. 2 persons were shot at a bike show in Bluefields, Westmoreland on Sunday. Police say patrons were at a bike show when gunfire rang out about 10:25 p.m. This sparked chaos as patrons ran in different directions to avoid being shot. It was later discovered that 2 persons were hit. They were taken to hospital for treatment. Bail offered to men arrested in Clarendon drug seizure. The 7 individuals who were implicated in last month's multi-million-dollar drug bust were offered bail on Monday when they appeared in the Mapen Parish Court. Nearly 1,000 pounds of ganja was seized on September 21 during a police military operation on Bustamante Highway in Clarendon. Arising from that seizure, Barrington Gill, Emmett Sons, Carol Kelson, Sidney Stevens, Mark Watson, Gary Rogers, and George Richards were arrested and charged. Gale, Sons, Kelson, Stevenson, Watson, and Richards were offered bail in the sum of $500,000 following a bail application by attorneys Courtney Rowe and John Jacobs. Mr. Rogers, who is represented by attorney Thomas Levine, was offered bail in the sum of $800,000. They are to return to court on November 21. Police rescue abducted St. Catherine girl. Quick action by detectives of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch on Monday led to the rescue of a girl who was reportedly abducted by thugs in St. Catherine on Sunday night. 3 suspects, including a female, have been arrested in connection with the incident. The news understands that the victim was invited to a party in St. Catherine by one of the suspects. She was subsequently abducted and repeatedly raped. It's understood that she was found at a location in the Manchester Police Division during a police operation. She is receiving medical attention. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.